So the other week, we talked about how Joe Biden decided, I'm going to go ahead and take marijuana from a Schedule 1 drug to a Schedule 3 drug. Now, so what does that entail? What does that mean? Well, it means that, for one thing, you're going to allow scientific and medical research to occur now, whereas previously it was technically illegal to do any scientific or medical research when it comes to marijuana. It's viewed as like too dangerous and too extreme. We can't even research it. So that changes. That's one thing. The other thing is there's going to be now a directive to the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency, that, hey, sort of like hands off on this. Whereas, kind of previously we lived at the whim of the federal government where a president can come in and sort of say, actually, let's crack down on marijuana. And they could go after the states where it's legalized, either for recreational use or medical use. Now there's more of a direct line from the White House where it's like, we're going to now permanently shift away from making cracking down on weed a priority. So it's just taking a more lenient approach to it. Now, listen, let's be clear. Was this the best thing that could have been done? No. The best thing that could have been done is literally legalizing it. That would have been the best. And create some sort of framework where it's like, the rules around it. You need to be this minimum age and the THC amount can only be X percent, or like that would be the best way to go about it. The second best way to go about it would be to fully decriminalize it. They didn't legalize it. They didn't decriminalize it. What they did is they took it from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3, which basically makes it not really a priority anymore, and you could also do medical research and scientific research around it. Okay, so overall, what's my takeaway? Better than nothing, but not perfect, right? Okay, so, well, guess what? Of course, out of nowhere, we get the news. Something half decent is happening, therefore Republicans have to come out and shout from the rooftops, I'm against it! I'm against anything good happening ever. I'm against it. So here we go, in marijuana moment. 14 Republican congressional lawmakers tell DEA to keep marijuana in Schedule 1 and reject top health agency's recommendation. Quote, we ask you to uphold your mission by rejecting any effort to remove marijuana from Schedule 1. Okay, so I believe it's a number of Republican senators as well as a number of House Republicans. So they say a coalition of 14 Republican congressional lawmakers is urging the Drug Enforcement Administration, I said agency, apparently it's administration, to reject the top federal health agency's recommendation to reschedule marijuana and instead keep it in the most restrictive category under the Controlled Substances Act. In a letter sent to DEA Administrator Ann Milgram on Monday, Senator James Lankford, a Republican of Oklahoma, and Representative Pete Sessions, a Republican of Texas, led a dozen other colleagues in both chambers in arguing that any decision to reschedule cannabis should be based on proven facts and science, not popular opinion, changes in state laws, or the preferred policy of an administration. All right, so let's pause here to dissect this for a second. If you are basing your decision on facts and science, you would legalize it. Because by any objective way of measuring it, alcohol is way worse than marijuana, and alcohol is legal. So you should do it based on facts and science. Okay, check. Legalizing it would be the right thing to do. And you should do it on popular opinion. Why? Because we live in what's supposed to be a democracy, and public opinion should matter. I like how they think that's such an own. Like, bro, you're doing this on popular opinion? Gross. No, that makes you look stupid. That makes you look stupid and annoying. Like, obviously you should, to some extent, go by public opinion on things. Jesus Christ. Of course, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has repeatedly emphasized that its review into marijuana scheduling directed by President Joe Biden late last year was science-based, and after 11 months of investigation, it has recommended that marijuana will be placed in Schedule 3. Milgram has also made clear that the DEA's review will follow the science. So anyway, here's the letter right here. Look, I love this because, like I said, one of the main guys doing this, Representative Pete Sessions, he's from Texas, James Lankford, Oklahoma, but the Texas guys are all about, bro, come to Texas. Why? We believe in freedom, bro. We're all about freedom and stuff, bro. And then here they are begging the DEA, please keep marijuana Schedule 1 and lock people up who do it. Please. No freedom. We hate freedom. We're authoritarian. It rips the mask off all their BS, man. It really does. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. And like we always talk about, look, are there 1,001 ways in which the Democrats disappoint me? Yes, absolutely. If you follow this stuff day in and day out, that's an unavoidable conclusion. But when you put the Democrats up against the Republicans, well, this is the difference right here. It's a perfect encapsulation of Democrat versus Republican right here. What does the Democrat do? not the right thing. You know, the right thing is legalize it. The, like, mostly right thing is decriminalize it. What do they end up doing? Let's just split the difference and do a semi-good thing. Make it Schedule 3. Let's do something that's half good. Classic Democrat, half good. And then what do the Republicans do? Like, we would like to take the half good thing you do and totally destroy it and go back to doing the dead wrong thing. Like, that's the Republicans versus Democrats in a nutshell. And this is just too perfect an example. So there you have it. Piss off to these Republicans, man. They're authoritarians, and that should be clear to everybody. All right, guys, that's the show. I love you all very much. Everybody do me a big old favor. Click that like button. Click that subscribe button. The subscribe button is probably more important. Desperately trying to stay ahead of my wife over on Breaking Points in the sub category. So if you guys watch this show and you don't subscribe, hook a brother up. Click that sub button. It means the world to me. It doesn't cost you anything. Helps in the algorithm too. Click that bell icon so you get a notification every single time a video drops. And thank you to everybody who supports this show on Patreon. Links in the video description box below if you'd like to support. You can also tip on YouTube through the thanks button if you're so inclined. And check out Crystal Kyle and Friends, Substack link below, because this week we're going to have on Andrew Yang, and that should be a fun and interesting conversation. We'll get into a number of different topics. You can sign up for free on Substack, and you get the free audio version of the podcast, or you could sign up and pay $5 a month, and you get the video of it, and you get it a day early. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Love you all, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Peace. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.